See that straight line?
Curve.
This is brilliant.
See that slope? That's what you would see if you actually used an optical tool.
Wow.
Whoa. Wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So you're saying, please let me ask a question.
Yeah, go on, man.
Oh, man. Are you saying that one column would be shorter than the other column?
Using an optical tool, you would observe in a slope.
No, you drew this, right? You drew this, right?
Did you draw this? Yes.
Did you draw
observe a slope?
No. Are you saying that water in the column, one column would be shorter than the other?
I'm saying that knowing their level, using an optical tool.
One line different on the page, so it's definitely.
Yeah, listen. You got to listen. You ready?
One's 3 lines high, and the other one's only 2
you're not going to let me. You're not going to let me finish, and you're just going to make your own narrative on what I did.
The top one's got 3 and 3, and the bottom one's got 3 and 2. There's only 3 threes on that page. One of them's different.
Through an optical
Can anyone see the one that's different?
I'm familiar with the bubble, Morty. I also dabble in precision, and if you think you can even approach it with your sad, naked caveman eyeball and a bubble of air, you're the reason this species is a failure, and it makes me angry.
No. You can use a auto level to verify whether or not a water level is being affected by curvature or not. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you want to talk about just your water level, it is level. But that's why there's a problem with it being just level, because when you do use an auto level to cite it, you'll notice that one end is lower than the other. It has slope.
The water level has slope.
From one end to the other when you use an optical tool.
Only when you use an optical tool, though.
No. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. No, in reality, there's always slope to the other end.
What? In reality,
when you look through the optical,
whether you're using an optical tool,
but when you don't,
your naked eye, or you're not even there, every time it's set up and left alone, one end is always lower than the other due to curvature. Can you check that? How can you verify that? Pull an auto level out and check for 0.
What about when you set up two different water levels?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Set up the water.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Surely one would be dropping from the other one.
Consistent. If you had, like I said, if you had 8 points of that water level, and you start at the very first one and you shoot all down to all of them, it will have a slope down to the other end. All of them. Have you tried it?
You want to experience true level? Do you? You want to experience true level? Do you? You can choose to let your mind be free. Wow, it's so... Oh my God. Oh, Christ. Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. Everybody knows that you're wrong. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
Oh, yeah, it's measurable.
You want to experience true level? Do you? Yeah, true level, bitch. Oh, it's so... Oh my God. Oh, Christ. Yeah, true level, bitch.
But I love Fireford.
My name's Ramsey.
The earth is flat.
I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
My name's Ramsey.
Oh, everything's crooked. Reality is poison. I want to go back. I hate this.
What's his deal?
Shh. Morty. Go to school, Summer. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little. Yeah, true level, bitch.
That's the thing. Your vision is already being obfuscated by the spherical cap.
You want to experience true level? Do you?
Parallel lines will intersect.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Level means curved, right?
Yeah, true level, bitch. I'll do a little. Well, you seem to be in charge of what I get to remember.
My name's Ramsey.
Good question. Yeah, true level, bitch.
Water is demonstrably not level.
Straight lines can curve.
You want to experience true level? Do you?
People have measured the surface of water to be curved.
Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. True level, bitch.
What up?
Can you guys hear me? Is my mic all right?
Yeah, that sounds
You're
good.
a little low, but you're okay.
Okay. I'll do it. Hang on one second. I gotta take care of my dog. Hang on. All right. My bad. My dog took my headphones out of my ears. All right. What are you guys up to?
You know they did the test today, huh?
Okay. That's fine. What was the test looking for? What were the conclusion to your test results?
I'll let Deb take it from here.
It's a straight line test. It's showing it was a straight line test.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a test for curvature.
Pardon? Did you?
Was it a test? Was it a test for curvature?
A straight line test, Sean. Straight.
I know, but I'm just asking a simple question. So the answer was no, you weren't citing it for curvature, right?
Sorry?
You weren't citing it for curvature?
Citing what? The
water level. Yeah.
Do you know how to work? You know how water level works, right, Sean?
Absolutely. So
Brilliant.
what I'm asking you is, how did you determine it was a straight line?
Oh, you two arguing. This is fun.
How did we determine it was a straight line?
Yes.
Geometric principles, Sean.
So did you use any other tools, or did you just use the water level?
Just the water level, yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically...
Well, sorry, wait a minute. 2 water levels.
Okay. So when you use the 2 water levels,
yeah.
How did you develop this straight line between the 2 points?
We put them together and showed that there's a shared straight line segment.
A shared horizontal, you mean?
A shared straight line segment.
So you used an auto level or some type of optical tool to verify it was a straight line. Otherwise, what you're telling me that you determined it was a straight line because both water levels set up were level?
Do you know how a water level works, Sean?
Absolutely. That's why I'm asking you the question.
So there's two ends to a water level.
Yeah.
Right?
So if they're level to each other,
from
is
those,
that how you?
From those
is that
2
how you
points, Sean. From
yeah,
those 2 points, right? You draw a straight line, right?
And what did you draw that straight line with?
No, you do understand from point to point, you can draw a straight line. Yeah.
And how did you verify that straight line?
Because we understand geometric principles that says from a point to a point, you can draw a straight line.
And did you verify that by creating this straight line?
2 points we had. Well, we had, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 points, I think we had.
Okay.
No, wait a minute.
So what you're saying is because you had 8 ends of water levels, and because they were all level to each other, You're saying because of that, you determined there was a straight line. You didn't use any method to actually verify that straight line.
When you say level to each other, you do realize there's two different water levels, right?
Yeah, and each water level is going to be level to its other end, correct? Or is it all segmented into one? So do you have 8 points off that one single line?
Do you know how much of the water level test do you know? Do you want me to get you a picture of it? Then we can work over it, right? I'll put it in the chat for you, right?
So of these 8 segments, how many of the segments, I'm assuming 4, were separate water levels, or are all these water levels connected?
Can you have a look in the chat there, right? In the live
Which chat is it again?
In the live chat.
Okay.
See, this is why it's frustrating, because I posted the picture of the mock-up, and then I posted a picture of them doing it.
Okay.
Well, and you don't even look at it before you come in to see what they're doing.
No, Buster, I saw that picture. You posted it in like 3
but now you're asking questions of what they're doing when I already posted that mock-up.
So now now I'm asking, how did you verify that straight line?
Right, you understand the geometric principles, right, that say you can draw a straight line from one point to another.
And
right,
which means
that's fantastic. Which means that
in the
if
test,
you draw a straight line, Sean,
did you have a verifiable straight line to verify what you're saying? That's what I'm asking you.
Sean,
okay, how did you do that?
Sean, right? If you draw a straight line from one end of a water level to the other end of the water level, right? All of the points in between will lie on that line. Now,
did you do so?
You can show.
Did you do so, Bev? Did you do so?
Yes.
Okay, how?
With a pencil.
Okay, so you took your water levels, said, okay, they're all level, and then you took a pencil on a piece of wood and drew a straight line. And how did you mock that up? How did you verify the elevations or basically create that straight line? Putting it on a piece of wood. Yes, I see that picture.
Can you see the water? Can you see the water in the tubes, Sean?
Absolutely.
Right. Now, can you see all of the bits of the water in the tubes, Sean?
The tube is running along the ground, running along elevation. The only points that matter in a water level test are the actual up the spouts or your tube, wherever your water's bailing at.
That's the bit that we're talking about.
Which means that line that you keep talking about, the one that runs along the elevation, makes no difference to.
Sorry, I think you're breaking up a bit there, Sean. Is that him or me?
Okay.
I think, I was checking too. Yeah, okay.
Okay, how about this? A very simple situation, Bev, and you should be able to answer this.
Do you want to go over that stuff that you were just saying?
Because I don't need to. I know what I'm saying.
It was roboting really badly. We couldn't
I will say it again.
Sean.
I'll say it again.
Thank you.
That line that you're talking about that runs along the elevations has nothing to do with the actual what you're looking at when you're testing for level between a water level. Now, what I'm asking you is I'm saying yes, water level end to end, we know it's level, no doubt about it.
Okay.
You're saying you're using geometric principles, you should be able to draw a straight line between any point you have. It doesn't matter if it's 2 or 8. Every point you should be able to draw that straight line. So what I asked you is, and basically, Bev, you should know this, you've done surveying. In the field, you use optical tools to create that straight line because you can't put a straight line in the real world. Am I wrong? For instance, when you guys did your water level test.
We used a water level, Sean. We didn't use optical tools. We used a water level.
Perfect. Because what did you use to show that all your water levels were in that straight line.
Are you implying citing that you were saying before, Sean?
Yes.
What you're implying? You have to cite them?
Exactly.
No, Sean.
Okay, go ahead
we
and explain
use
what you were trying to
Sean.
FC Montreal. Yeah,
Sean,
FC Montreal.
We use
FC Montreal.
the water.
I get you. Okay. Everyone listening, I'm presuming you're live, so everyone understands exactly what I'm saying. If you're
watching,
we
just want to know why you're so grumpy. Why
I'm not grumpy at all. Oh, I'm not. I'm not at all. Bev, I'm cool, right? I haven't been yelled at by DP, so I think I'm all right. If you're watching, so one of the people that were there were standing 100 feet to the side of your guys' test, and then you guys set up your water levels. They're all checked. All your water levels are set, and you know each segment is level. That is only establishing level. Now, the straight line that Bev is alluding to would have to be done in some method. It can't just be said that it's a straight line because they're level. It's not how it works, especially in surveying. Now, the only issue I see is that I'm talking about using optical tools to verify that straight line, and you're telling me that you don't need optical tools to verify that straight line. But Bev, if you've done surveying like you said
I'm just telling you,
canal,
we did a test with the water level, Sean.
Okay, and that's why when I got here, I said, "Were you checking for curvature?" The answer is no. Okay, then it's a whole other thing. In Montreal, you can verify. I said this not 15 minutes ago to you. What I'm talking about is not part of your water level test. What I'm talking about is a test.
Then? What's
yeah, I'm saying it. I'm saying it right now.
Are you saying the line between two ends of a water level or a dome?
I'm saying I'm going to get to that. I'm saying that beyond doing a test beyond your water level.
He's saying it drops. I don't think there's a dome. I think it drops.
He's saying it's level all the way across. It's got a dome.
I didn't say anything about a dome, but anyway, what I'm saying.
I'm betting he's going to go for the drop.
Oh, sorry. You're saying the water level, the line. You don't want it. You're saying he can't verify it because it has to be an arch. Sorry.
That's not what I said. Why are you making up a straw man? That's ridiculous. I never even said that.
Well, you're saying you want him to verify a straight line, but what else is there? So you're saying between the water levels and the arch?
Yeah. I'm asking how he did.
Yeah.
All I did was ask how. That's all I've done.
He's a surveyor. He doesn't know how to do straight lines, obviously.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry,
yeah, I know when I'm in the field, and I'm sure you can account for it too, Bev, you have to use optical tools to do so, don't you?
That's brilliant, Sean, right? Okay.
Wait, Bev,
what?
In the field,
Sean,
the field,
this is a serious question.
In the field, you've done this before.
In the field, what's the most accurate tool over 400 meters, Sean?
What field were you in?
What are you doing?
It a big green field?
Because I could take, Bev, when you surveyed the canal, did you only use a water level?
What is the most accurate tool over 400 meters?
Surveyed on a canal, Bev. Did you use a water level or did you use optical tools?
When I was doing our test, we used a water level, Sean.
Okay, but I'm asking you.
Which is the most accurate
No,
tool, Sean?
Bev, I'm asking you, when you did the surveying on the canal.
In your
why is it that your
expertise in surveying, all of your knowledge, Sean?
SC Montreal. Remember I was saying they won't answer the simplest questions? Well, I'm going to explain, SC. This is exactly what he's doing. He's making it so he doesn't have to say optical tools are necessary. Yeah.
He answered you, bro. He answered you. Come on.
Okay, SC, he did? Okay. Bev, when you surveyed the canal, did you use optical tools?
When I did our test today, we
did he answer the question?
A water level.
SC, did he answer my question or did he say something else?
He told you water level, bro.
Okay, SC, maybe you should listen. Bev, when you surveyed a canal, did you use optical tools?
Today, Sean, when we went out
SC
on
Montreal,
the canal...
You're telling me he just answered my question. It's a simple question, too. It has nothing to do with curvature or not. It's literally me asking him an obvious question.
Go on.
Just say yes or no. Bev, just say yes or no.
I'm being more clarity, right?
I don't. Okay,
I know.
I'm not
I
asking
know
you
what
about
Sean
today.
will
I'm
do.
not
He's
asking
not
you.
being very specific with his
I'm
question, is he?
Oh no, you're right. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm being very specific on one point of
Like,
questioning.
when you used
to
your
get to a
car,
point.
did you
Exactly.
use the accelerator? Did you? Did you use the accelerator?
Bev, when you surveyed the canal, did you use optical tools?
What do you mean by surveyed? Can you
When
please,
did he survey
please be
the
more
canal,
specific?
John? Yeah, come on, man.
When you did your surveying in the past, that
What
you said you've
survey,
done,
Sean? What survey are you
Surveying
talking about
the-
that I did?
of any canal you said you did.
I've never surveyed a canal, Sean.
Oh, because you
I've
told me you
only
surveyed the
done our testing, Sean.
So you've
That's
never
what we've
you've
done.
never surveyed channels in a canal.
Channels in the canal.
Yeah,
What are you talking about, Sean?
You know the each little section. You didn't do those. You didn't survey any of that.
What do you mean, each little section? Please explain.
Oh.
The stretch of canal we were at the side of today is 27 miles without locks. Which section and which channel are you talking about, Sean?
Again, I'm not talking about today.
Well, we are. That's why you came in here.
Oh.
Because you got triggered because we've done our test today.
Oh, no, absolutely not. You can even ask
so you're not talking about our test then, right?
Nope. I'm talking about I'm talking about the tools you're using
I'll get this.
and the tools that can be used in
general. Hey, just chill out for a second. Can you just have nice, calm conversation about what Bev did today? It's the only reason we posted the pictures. Bev got his water level out.
Okay. Here's my only question about the test you guys done today. The straight line you said you verified. How did you verify it in the field?
You know, geometric principles, Sean.
Okay, so this is why I asked Bev if he used optical tools.
I was just asking you if you knew geometric principles because you didn't answer
he would
it.
Then explain.
We would have been able to go on further if you wanted to, Sean.
Verified
Anytime you're ready.
Using these things.
Sean, you're talking past each other.
I know because when I start talking and I get to the point of what I'm saying, he starts talking as if it only matters that he used a water level. Okay. In your water level test, that straight line you said, how did you verify the geometric principles that you keep repeating?
A shared straight line segment.
What did you use to verify that straight line? Did you use a ruler? Did you use a
Sean?
Then how did
with
you draw?
A shared straight line segment.
What was that straight?
Sean,
how did you?
By showing that the points that you would draw a straight line
on a piece of paper. How did you do it in the
next to each other?
Okay.
Optically, you can visually look at them, Sean.
The field. So you used your eyes to verify a straight line between 8 points.
Wait. Back up. Would you agree to a straight line having no curvature to it?
A straight line has no curvature to it.
Okay. From a point to a point, can there be a straight line with no curvature?
On a water level test of what distance?
No. From a point to a point, can there be a straight line with no curvature?
Oh, absolutely right. Yes.
Okay. So no matter what I pick, from a point to a point, I can have a straight line.
Okay. So how do you know that? Do you know that straight line was straight off of zero, or did it have a slope to it? Does that not matter?
It's a
and if it doesn't matter, that's fine.
It's a water
You're
level.
Right.
You're not assuming that water levels have slopes, are you,
and the best part is, I've already explained, you guys obviously weren't doing a curvature test, so then it's beyond what I'm talking about is beyond your test using what you have set up.
Sean.
What do you mean, please? I'm the one talking.
Can you just let me... you've just agreed that he could have a straight line as long as there's no slope. How do you establish there's no slope?
I did not say that.
Well,
I said
it's a water level. Can you have a slope on a water level, Sean?
Yes.
Right, okay. So you're saying that a water level from one point to another point can be a straight line, but it can also be a slope?
That's why I asked, is it straight line off of 0 or is it sloped?
Right.
That's what I asked those questions for.
It's a water level, Sean. Are you saying
I understand
a water
that.
level?
You don't have to keep saying that. I understand
slope?
that. Yes.
Okay. So from one end of the water level, is there a slope?
It is, or on just the water level, when you're setting it up and it's all set up, and they're at the exact same heights level.
You've got 2 points.
No. Yeah. They're both level.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a slope?
Over what distance? 100 meters or more?
400
Absolutely.
meters, let's say.
Yes.
There is a slope.
Yes.
From one end to the other.
Yep.
Any particular end it's going to slope from?
You go one end, you go to the other end. Go back, look back the other way.
Does it slope both ways?
Yep.
Always downwards from whichever end you're at?
Yep.
Okay. From the middle?
Yep.
It would slope
Half
downwards as well?
Half as much, yep.
Okay. Is that from both water levels?
Pyramid?
Say it again. Say it again, Bev.
So for both water, if we were to have 2 400-meter water levels and overlap them with a 200-meter segment, right?
Yes. Yep.
Now,
yes, there would. Yes.
Would they all be the same? As
yes.
A shared straight line segment with a slope?
No, they'd slope.
Oh, right. So do you want to draw what would happen with these slopes of these water levels? Can you draw that picture, what they would look like?
Yeah, between the two. I'll draw what would happen if it was a flat earth, and I'll show you what would happen if there's curvature. And I'll send it to you. I'll be right back.
Go on. That'll be nice. Thank you very much.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that was good.
Yeah. We got there in the end. It took a while, didn't it?
Yeah.
These geometric principles, right, of these shared straight line segments. Seeing as we've got a small scale model that you sent him. We've got I'll put it in the chat.
That he didn't want to talk about.
No.
He wanted to ask questions, but I know he looked at it.
Do you reckon he's going to use that as his model for drawing a straight line?
I don't know. How can you have from point to point? Like, he agreed that a point to a point can be a straight line with 0 curvature. Well, if an end of a... Oh, he said it was a slope, yeah.
Slope, yeah. He's gone with the blue slope, right? And Blue verified it. He said it would have to be.
A double slope.
Mm-hmm.
Double drop.
Yeah, yeah.
When you went to the middle, when you said from end to end, slope, yeah, from either end, back and forth, slope, yep. What about in the middle?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, was a pyramid? That's why
I
asked
slopes
him
up in
earlier,
the middle.
That's why I asked him earlier if that line between water levels is an arch. I mean, is that what they think? I mean, I don't know what they're thinking.
What he explained was a triple hump. No, triple drop. Sorry.
Triple drop.
Well, what he's doing actually is he's making the Donegon. Doesn't realize it yet.
But see, that's the problem with the Donegon is you just today disproved the Donegon.
Yeah.
If he comes back with a Brad drawing, I'm gonna flip out. No, I won't. But I'll keep quiet. But if he comes back with a Donegon drawing after what you did today, I don't know how you can hold back. I don't know how you stay so calm. Honest to God, you overlapped 200 meters of water level, and if he comes back with the Donegon drawing, I don't know. I mean, he's going to have to go full bendizontal at some point. They have to. I mean, at least some of them have come in and been honest about it.
I can't say that we haven't already predicted this in a fully formed geometric axiom system. We've done it for him. Like we know their model better than they do, but we also know their imaginary geometry model much better than they do.
Imaginometry. It's globe. He agreed to a straight line, though, no curvature. Where is he going to go with this? I'm like on pins and needles. I have to be honest.
It's a Dornagon. Infinitum points, isn't it? So you just make that, and then hey, you've ended up with the circumference of a circle. like how did you do that?
But if you agree to a water level having zero curvature from point to point, but you're going to draw a Donegon, and then on top of that say those terms that they use, which I'm not going to mention, I don't know how they rectify it.
Sean, he's gone, is he? He needs a bit of help. I don't know.
Yeah,
where
he
he's
went
gone.
to get. Y'all know he went to Anamorphic Mine or somebody to get some help. I don't know. Or what was the other one? Rupert Cal. WS. Nah, WS wouldn't. He came with that stupid. What was it? Phenomena.
Shine says, literally told today that level and horizontal are the same thing and both are curved. Yeah, we predicted
Oh yeah.
Me and Spot On said right at the very, very, very beginning of this, there's only one way out, and you have to bend horizontal.
Yeah.
Bendizontal was born.
That's why I asked.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What they were saying is that, so level and horizontal are the same exact thing. And I said, well, I knew that you guys changed level, but I never knew you hijacked horizontal. So now you're saying horizontal is curved? And then another person jumped in and said, yeah, look up horizontal curve. And so it's a triangle with the curve on top and all this math explaining how horizontal is now a curve with an angle at the bottom like an ice cream cone. I was blown away. I was like,
brilliant.
I can't. It's amazing.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. There was the first one.
Bendizontal.
Yeah, that was like no way, he said bendizontal, but like it's become regular now.
Yeah, you worked out the what is it what Euclid said, ad absurdum.
Yeah. Reducto ad absurdum.
Yeah, you'd already worked that out, so you already knew where they were gonna have to go. I'm on pins and needles waiting for this. Maybe he'll go to Brad. Brad already had those drawings.
Here's the next one. There's the bendizontal dog came out, and you've not seen much of the bendizontal emu, because they're the three stages of bendizontal. Shock, surprise, and ridicule.
We waited for ages for somebody to say bendizontal, and the only person that's ever went full bendizontal outside of I guess Bob was Hex.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he proper embraced it, didn't he? Yeah, of course horizontal bends. Yeah, it has to.
Yeah. Has to be. 1, 2, 3. Has to be.
Yeah.
Can you see shore to shore? Of course. Well, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, must be refraction.
Indeed. It's off for refraction.
It's going to be something like this.
Yeah, it's the Dornagon.
Yeah.
Well, I personally hope he doesn't come back.
Oh, I do. I like it. This is be a good finish to the day. This.
I'm waiting on pins and needles for what he presents. I gotta say.
That's why I hope he doesn't come back. I want you to get straight.
It's a shame it couldn't be Jesse or Jeff or one of the big guys to come in.
Someone smarter.
Explain it.
It's just a few days past my birthday, and I'm like really excited about this.
This is a late birthday present.
Yeah, this is great, man. This is like we celebrated our birthday today.
He's spastic.
Yeah.
Clueless and spastic is not a good combo, especially when you're being recorded.
Oh man. If they
Oh, here we go. Come on, let's see it. Let's go. Who did you have help with this, Sean? Or have you got was it your computer program?
Oh no, I just drew it on a piece of paper.
Oh right, nice.
I was just trying to be quick about it.
Nice.
Okay, so doing this will make it easier for me to explain. Okay, so in this first one, putting it in live chat right now. Okay, so in this, and this is just so everyone's on the same page. In that picture is what you guys did. You set up a water level.
What?
And okay, so that's your guys' water level setup, right?
What?
That's your guys' water level setup? Just in general.
Where's the water?
That's the line. You see where it says 0? That's where the water line is.
Like, why? We connected our tubes up together. We didn't have that little bit in the middle there. Like, what's going on there?
The thing the part at the bottom is that it's just a picture. It's just a picture.
Yeah, but
now,
it's
those
a water
points,
level, Sean. Are you sure you know what a water level is? Like that bit's a tube, isn't it? That's connecting them to because they're
that's how they go
they?
back and forth. Yes, that's how they're connected.
The communicating
on the bottom.
vessels.
Yeah. So yes, this is a tube.
And I'm just making sure that you understand because your picture doesn't really show.
This is. I told you. I just drew it on a piece of paper, and it was real quick. But this is you can't tell me that's not a simple water level diagram, basically.
Yeah, but you could have done one line from one to the other. I mean, like what made you hesitate and stop it in the middle?
I did draw a straight line. Look at the bottom of it. That line is the water line. Now,
can I just
why don't you use the lines on the paper?
Yeah. I did. This is just picture one.
I'm
just establishing that this is it. So what I'm asking you is,
that's not like
in the
our
field,
water level at all.
I know. Okay, but you get the point.
No,
in the field, how did you guys determine that straight line? Because you didn't have a line of a piece of paper. That's what I'm asking. That's step one. That's question one of picture one.
Okay.
Okay, I'm asking. How did you establish that straight line?
That isn't our water level test, Sean.
I get it.
But do you want us to do? I'll give you the model, and then you can copy the model exactly. Right.
I don't need to.
I would because if you would be much closer to what we did. Look, there you go.
Okay, so you're telling me
there you go. There's a real model. Can you see the way that those tubes are together, Sean?
Yes.
Okay.
I only use two. Okay, it doesn't matter. And okay, we'll use yours. It doesn't matter. What did you establish the straight line with? How do you know that each point is actually on that straight line?
Those water levels were together. You could look at them, Sean.
Now, when you look, and you looked at it with your eye, right?
Those
just your
three
eye,
in the middle, there are two tubes. They are a shared.
What I'm asking you,
straight line.
What I'm asking
segment,
is, did you do it?
Sean.
Did you verify your straight line using the naked eye?
We looked at the water levels. They were.
Did you determine it was a straight line with your naked eye? Did you verify it with your naked eye?
We caught it. We caught it on our cameras, and On our P1000s as well, yeah. We had three. We had three P1000s filming it. We also had our phones filming it, and then we were using our eyes to look at it as well, Sean. Yes.
No optical tools, correct?
1, 2, 3. That's the optical
So no optical tools for actually measuring slope, or if it's straight, correct?
We just had a water level, Sean.
Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the next picture, because this is where you're not understanding if that's a problem.
I might dedicate this to what was his name, Spot on?
You should. You really should. And you should dedicate all the cutting off and the avoiding questions into it as well. Because in this picture, there's one. See that straight line?
This is brilliant.
See that slope? That's what you would see if you actually used an optical tool.
Wow.
Whoa. Wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
No, you're saying,
it's my turn.
Please let me ask a question.
Yeah, go on, man.
Oh, man. Are you saying that one column would be shorter than the other column?
Using an optical tool, you would observe in a slope.
No, you drew this, right? You drew this, right?
Did you draw this? Yes.
Did you draw
observe a slope.
No. Are you saying that water in the column, one column would be shorter than the other?
I'm saying that knowing their level, using an optical tool.
One line different on the page, so it's definitely.
Yeah, listen, you got to listen. You ready?
One's 3 lines high, and the other one's only 2
you're not going to let me. You're not going to let me finish, and you're just going to make your own narrative on what I did.
The top one's got 3 and 3, and the bottom one's got 3 and 2. There's only 3
because
threes on that page. One of them's different.
Through an optical
Can anyone
tool,
see the one that's different?
That's what you would see. Why aren't you listening? If you use an optical tool, that is what you would observe. You would observe a drop. You would observe a slope.
We're talking about physicality here. Are you saying that the one column is
so what you're doing now? Okay, so what is it about an optical tool that you're refusing to acknowledge I'm even talking about?
No,
Sean,
you drew.
Sean, you're not answering questions. You're not even very good at diverting them. You're useless, actually.
We're looking through an auto level, like I have in that picture. That is what you would see.
Put the auto level on the other side, Sean. What would you see?
The same thing going the other way.
What do you mean the same thing? The same thing as what?
Down. You would see a slope. You would see a drop.
Well, where would the water level be on the other end?
In the optical tool?
Where would the water level be? Yes, just the water level, Sean.
It would
the water level in the tube. Where would it be?
It would be below 0.
If you put the water level on the other end, the auto
and look
level,
back, and look back,
and
look back the other way,
it
would be below 0.
What would be below 0? The water
the
level.
Other end.
What about the end that you're looking at?
The other end
does it come back up to 3?
Again, it would be below 0.
If you're walking from one side to the other, does the water level adjust its height for where you're going to be?
The water level is level, yet when you use an optical tool like an auto level and you sight it and it is below 0, is how we know there's curvature. That test that you're not willing to do.
Is it that you're holding an auto level as you're moving that makes the water move up and down in the columns?
Nope. Curvature does that.
What, the curvature makes the water levels move up and down when you're
that's why when you use I didn't say it moves up and down. Why do you keep making
that's why you've got a problem, isn't it? Because
I can say it over and over again so it's clear what I said.
Right, well,
I can keep doing that. I'll repeat myself again.
We had people at each end of the water level, Sean, even in the middle. We had one at each.
Did you use an auto level? Did you use an auto level?
No, Sean.
Okay. Well, what I'm explaining is using an auto level. And because you know how an auto level is used, you can verify what I'm talking about is correct or wrong, but you didn't do the test. So I'm asking
when you use an auto level, Sean, do you use a water
to
level
verify
to check
that straight line?
Do you?
You can. No. You can use a auto level to verify whether or not a water level is being affected by curvature or not. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you want to talk about just your water level, it is level. But that's why there's a problem with it being just level, because when you do use an auto level to cite it, you'll notice that one end is lower than the other. It has slope.
The water level has slope.
From one end to the other when you use an optical tool.
Only when you use an optical tool, though.
No. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. No, in reality, there's always slope to the other end.
What? In reality,
when you look through the optical,
whether you're using an optical tool,
but when you
using
don't,
your naked
it
eye,
doesn't.
or you're not even there, every time it's set up and left alone, one end is always lower than the other due to curvature. Can you check that? How can you verify that? Pull an auto level out and check for 0.
What about when you set up two different water levels?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Set up the water.
It doesn't matter.
Surely one would be dropping from the other one.
Consistent. If you have, like I said, if you had 8 points of that water level, and you start at the very first one and you shoot all down to all of them, it will have a slope down to the other end. All of them. Have you tried it? You're laughing like you did it and it didn't work that way. Did you try it?
No, we ain't laughing. We are laughing. Say it again.
You try it. Have you tried it?
Please keep going.
Yeah, go on. Keep specifically ask spot on. Yeah, ask him if he's tried it.
Now that it's 4 different people acting like as if they have this grandiose idea, I'm going to go ahead and take off now because it's getting ridiculous now. Rikia, you're not even in this conversation. I don't care. You're not even.
I'm not in this conversation. I will smash you, sir. I've been really depressed today. I've had a bad day, real bad feeling. You have brightened my day up. I want to thank you. I'm going to go on mute. Continue. Thank you.
In answer to your question, yes. I have checked it. Yes. Oh, he's not here.
I think I've got it.
No, he left.
Sorry, God.
This has been the best one ever.
This is recorded, right?
Yeah.
It's recorded, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He drew a water level that had 2 different size columns, vertical columns.
Yeah.
I just wanted it. I wanted it pinned down.
If curvature.
It's pinned down. Make your memes. Make your recordings. He drew the picture.
God, he drew the picture for us. It was worse than Brad. Freaking A.
Slope one way, and you go on the other side, it's going to slope down. That
I wanted him to draw that other slope the other way. I wanted to see that.
What if I disappear? What if I get off? You think he'll come back?
I have to say, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah,
but it was awesome. It was still awesome.
Yeah, it's still good enough. I mean,
happy birthday, Buster.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
We need someone like Shines to just message him. He'll have to come back then. If Shines says, like, Sean, what happened to you? You didn't just leave, did you, Shines?
Sean,
I'll actually write him right now.
Yeah, come
back. Technical difficulty, or are you just a little bitch and scared of Dave?
This was so good. We dealt with Brad, but he was so laid back. He just drew the pictures, and he was like, it's just a globe. But Sean was trying to explain it, man. Yeah. We don't get that very often. You don't get somebody drawing the pictures and explaining it.
Sean's the man, bro. He is proud. He's not scared to be a fool.
He doesn't realize he physically drew the vertical column of water higher on one end than the other, and Bev did the test today.
It's globe.
It's globe.
Because he can draw it on the people's. The funniest thing is when he asked Bev, "Did you draw it on a piece of paper? Because if you didn't."
Yeah, that was good.
Bev was genius. You counted the sections of the paper line. You hit 0. You said 3. So from 3, that was awesome. Wait, I gotta look back. From 3 to 2. What did you say?
Yeah, 3 to 2.
3 to 2. No way.
You found slope from 3 to 2.
3 to 2. He was close. If he had went a third water level and then to 1, he would have had the 3-2-1 principle.
Yeah.
Sean's got the 3-2-1 principle.
You only need to find it from 3 to 2, though, right? You only need to find the slope from 2 to 3, right? From 1 to 2 is irrelevant. Like
if he goes to the other side and starts at 2, it's going to drop to 1. 3, 2, 1. He's got it.
Brilliant.
This is this is best birthday present ever. Oh my god. I'm jealous, man. I only got a shirt. He drew it. Oh my god. I'm so happy.
Has he left?
Yeah,
he's left the server.
He left.
He's left
the server again? Come on.
Yeah.
Second time he left the server.
You'll have to go and find him on
Somebody
another
should
server.
ban
You'll have to be
man,
like,
for
come
real."
on, Sean. Come on. That's not on.
I told him I was going on mute.
Yeah.
I did all that. It's my first bait and switch ever. Like, the only person I've ever baited in was 50, and he wasn't even that good. This moment, only my second bait ever I've gotten in.
Sean just happened to drop by on the day that y'all did the test. He just happened to come on over.
Oh, no. I posted Bev's mock-up test, and then I posted a picture when they were doing the test, and he came in. Rejoined the server, came in.
And then got off the server.
Yeah.
5 seconds after I took myself off of mute.
Oh.
And I was really not in a good mood until I started hearing him say slope to slope.
Slope to slope.
The sloper. He's a sloper.
Yeah.
But we've heard that before. Like even Kosho said, if you're going to be a dumbass and say infinite drop, like you measure over and then reset, measure over and reset, you have to be a 5-year-old. I'm like, he said that, but Sean went way past that today.
One thing awesome. It can be is a slope, right? It can be an arc or a curve or whatever you want to call it, infinite drop type thing. You can kind of battle that, but it can't slope.
Yeah. He drew the physicality of the water level being different size columns. That's it. That's the freaking point. Oh, that was brilliant.
I can't believe he did it. One of the first things I ever did. I'll try to see if I can find it here now. When I went over to Gem Pandas, I did a really quick fucking drawing, as if like, what model do you go with, this one or this one?
I just have to say that picture he drew, if curvature, is a physics denier.
That's brilliant.
That is the definition of a physics denier right there.
Yeah. If curvature.
Okay, sorry.
If curvature, then slope. Genius. Right, this is the one that I went to Gem Pandas with, right? On the first time we were doing it, right? And I was just going, I said, so which one do you go with, ballers? A or B? Right? And that's the problem. You've got a drop or a hump. Right? And then, because half of the ballers will have to go with A, because they know a level at one end has to be level with the other end. So you imagine the hump. But Sean's gone with B and tried to explain B. Well, that's going to upset all of the ballers that go with A, because there's many of them. There's as many A-earthers as there are B-earthers.
That's why I tried to pin him on that. Like, if he's agreeing from point A to point B as being a straight line, no curvature, then he was wanting to. I said, "Are you sure you don't mean an arc?" And he said, "No. Why would you say that? Who said that? Blah blah blah." Then he drew 2 columns of water with different heights. Oh my God! How do they not see it? How does he? I guess why he left. He had to have left because of the cogdis.
Yeah. He got upset. He did go into that rambling sort of stage where they just sort of.
Spastic.
Yeah, he was just saying words like, and they didn't really mean anything. They might have meant something to him.
That's what really cheered me up in the first place. I was just laying down and listening. I wasn't even gonna say anything. I'm not in the mood, right? I was just like listening. I was like, "Oh, this dude he's either on drugs or he's got so much cogdis he doesn't even know what he's saying."
Yeah,
so
that cogdis overdrive, like that was he wasn't in control of that at all.
That's a meme right there. Cogdis overdrive. I never heard it any worse, right, than what he was just doing. Not even him. He's usually a little hyper, but man.
Oh, that was when he came back with the picture. Happiest day ever. Oh my gosh.
Put a bow on it.
I need to save it because it needs to be
yes.
It does. If curvature, then slope. If flat, then horizontal.
Yep.
If curvature, then slope.
Physics denier.
That's it. Yeah.
Physics denier. Bam. That's why I asked him. I was like, "You just drew. That's physicality?" And he he lost it then. Oh my God.
I need to get his name.
Slopes are straight lines though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If curvature, then slope. That's why it's so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Am I missing something here? He's saying it's curved, but it's a slope. I'm like, no.
But Bev today just they overlapped them. They overlapped what he would call slopes.
See, they don't get that. They think it's one continuous. They don't see the overlap. You could even do a continuous and then loop it back and prove that it's not a slope, right? Like a water level. But if they're separated and you overlap them and they're the same, and create the same horizontal, then you know it's not a slope.
This was the best day ever.
Well, I just woke up from a nap, so I hope you had that recorded, Bev.
Yeah, I'm still recording this. I mean, this after bit is even better, right? This is like the victory dance, right?
Yeah.
He was like, "Don't laugh at me." I'm like, it's impossible not to laugh right now.
Spot on left. I was going to tell him thank you.
Yeah.
I do want to say thank you to you guys for going out and doing the work all freaking day. And he did it on holiday too, so my hat's off.
He made his holiday, him coming down to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He took his holiday and came, man. God. Yeah.
Just those conversations, though, right? I mean, I've had quite a few conversations at the side of the canal, but Spot On today had both of the best conversations I've ever heard, right? And that last one, the guy
with normies?
With normies. Well, I'm not too sure. One of them might have been, somebody sent along to have a conversation, but the other two at the end, man, that was brilliant.
Well, I'll tell you right before I have to leave here. I had a funeral today of one of my good friends, and he was a flat earther. I just found out like 4 or 5, 6 months ago that he believed this and was studying it and all this. Everyone around him, he was the kind like me that just told everyone, right? Text, every time they were around, But he was cool about it. Everybody loved him. Well, today, we stand in line, we go in there, and we're going to go up to the front and, talk to the family and all. And I get up there, hug his wife, tell her I'm sorry, and I'm just like fixing to lose it, emotionally. And his son goes, "Well, you were right. Dad was right. It's flat. Earth is flat." So This is what's happened, ever since he died about 4 or 5 days ago. you know, they must be really taking a close look at it, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Before it was just like a joke. Clay's an idiot, you know, like, you know, he's always fooling around, you know, he doesn't know. But now I think they're really looking at, I mean, this is in front of the whole church, in front of his family, in front of my family going, yep, you're right, Earth is flat. And then during the service, like, I could tell people were making note of it. Like, Clay always send me all these crazy texts. You know, I know what it is. It's all the TikTok videos about flat Earth.
Yeah.
Right? Because he sent me one every day. And I know that's what they were alluding to. Because like 20 people, when they asked, you know, who wants to come up and say a word, like 20 people went up there and talked, right? And they were all saying about all the crazy. Well, then the preacher gets up there. And he's like, you know, this is what I'm going to remember him by. He had a bag of stuff, put a Ford hat on, and just, you know, this is Clay. You know, he'll always be loved and remembered, blah, blah, blah. And he'll always be remembered for, you know, his crazy thoughts and beliefs. And whether the earth is flat or round, that's what he said. Exact words. And everybody just cracks up like, you know, because that was him, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. It was hilarious, but he will be sorely missed. Well, just a great, true man, you know, and 7 kids, bro. That's just broke my heart.
Yeah.
Almost all of them got up there and spoke. His little, like, 2-year-old boy got up there and made everybody cry. Yeah. But, you know, very emotional. But amazing that no matter where you go, this subject is out there, right? That was my point I wanted to tell y'all. It is everywhere. Keep up the good work. You know, you're doing more than what you know, right? For people. I think this is being used for a really powerful thing, and it's waking a lot of people up to the way the world is and what they need to do in the future. So, you know, this isn't just about the shape. This is about the future of humanity, basically.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, thanks a lot. I want to say the same thing Buster did. Thanks for spending your time today. And, you know, we'll definitely support you.
Sweet. Yeah, we'd definitely do it again. Like you said, this is only the first step of it. We'll go all over the place. They said next time we'll go down and see Emma, because Emma can't get out. So we'll be able to go down there, let Emma get involved in it, do it again. We'll just get it better and better. We'll do it quicker and quicker. Be great. But yeah, Spot On was doing a chat with the these people at the end, and he said the gift he'd been given is just the logic, to be able to see the simplicity in it and not have to trust anybody else. Know that you yourself are in control of it, right? That's what people, I'm hoping, can get out of all of this. It's not about anything that's complicated or like out of reach. This is about really simple shit.
Yeah, I would reiterate the fact that I would say thanks, because, like, for me, I did it. Like, I did it on a small scale. Got myself a water level, marked my 2 posts, put a board across, then put a water or a spirit level after the fact. It's perfect. So, I mean, hats off to you guys going out and doing it for 100 times that.
Well, next time. I mean, that one answer that he wouldn't fucking answer there, the question he wouldn't answer was, which is more accurate? I'd pit my 400-metre water level up against a 300,000-pound theodolite. Over 400 metres.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Only cost £100.
Him drawing that water level, if curved, that's I know we've seen similar pictures, but today getting that was brilliant.
Yeah, and it needs right in that if flat.
If curvature, physics denier.
If flat, then it's like it's ball of logic, right? If flat, then horizontal. Well, or level, right?
Yeah.
If flat, then level. If curvature, then slope. That makes sense. Or is he saying level is a slope? I'm not too sure.
He drew 2 vertical columns of water at different heights. I'm sorry, I can't stop not looking at it. That's like the penny drop, man. That's the penny drop.
How can you draw it and not see it, right? As a
I
problem?
don't know. I don't know.
It has to. It has to. It just has to. Because if you think about it, Ranty's from 3 to 2, from 2 to 3, sorry, it rises up, which is what would have to happen for you to be able to see over the curve. Like, so you see really flat shore to shore. If you were able to see from shore to shore, then you would need to see the slope from 2 to 3.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Dangerous.
It doesn't really show any curve, though, does it?
Oh, but he agreed to point straight line, no curvature. And then drew, on top of it, drew. I can't stop. Sorry.
Is he not coming back, Shines? I mean, I'm not bothered about it.
It doesn't look like he's coming back. He responded, but I don't know if it's like wrong to say where to.
If you give us a gist of what he said, then I mean, if you don't want to actually post it,
the bit is that it's simple. Didn't verify a straight line when setting up a water level because they're just basically using a level I, and I'm saying use an auto level to use a straight line. It should be exact and aligned with reality, is the gist of what he said. So basically, you're using I level, not auto level, and so he thinks that is going to make a major difference and use an auto level.
Well, I know you're not like ultra technical on surveying principles or anything like that, but can you see the difference in using an auto level and a water level? Like, do you think there's a difference between the two tools?
But totally I do, but that wasn't even his point. His point was that you were using naked eye. And so he's saying with an auto level, you would differ with the naked eye. That was his point.
He thinks you're sighting down the water level the whole distance with your naked eye. He still doesn't know what a water level is.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand the entire concept of what he's talking about.
Well, I think that there's something to be said about eye level, where your eyes actually are, where your eyes actually see. Same thing that goes on with an auto level or theodolite, whatever you're looking through. It only works to a certain distance. You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing with your eyes. And perspective comes into account and all that kind of stuff, right? Or am I wrong on that?
We have to test it, right? In order to know. But I think... Do you understand that the principle of an auto level is to establish a level?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as a water level, right?
That's what I'm trying to say, right? There's no difference in the level between a water level and an auto level because they both establish level.
So he wasn't disputing that. What he was disputing is that your
He thinks
eyes
the water level curves and
but
drops.
he's also in the direct message that he sent me, he is disputing that the naked eye versus an auto level is going to make it somehow different. That you should have used an auto level instead of using your eyes to see what is happening in reality.
To see where the water level actually is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It seems a little bit strange, that, right?
Yes. Totally. It doesn't, I mean, I can't configure it. I don't understand what his point is. It literally doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So.
Unless you are somebody who's defending a narrative, right? That you have to push a narrative that something has to occur. But the way he's choosing to go around it is a little bit strange, because he seems to say that the water level slopes.
So this is what I think is happening. So they think that water curves, right? It conforms to the curvature of the earth. So then, therefore, you would need something that is viewing how this water is conforming to the curvature of the earth. So that's why he's saying you need an auto level instead of the water, because the water will bend. So instead of using your eyes, you need an auto level to do this. But I still also don't understand what eye level actually is, and where your eyes are and what you view in a distance is different from where your eye level actually is due to perspective. Like it gets so complicated.
It's not.
It's so, no, that's what I mean though, is that it's so simple, but they make it so complicated to where you don't get it. Like it doesn't have to be that hard at all.
Eye level is only the height of your eye from the ground. And, you know, that's not about creating a horizontal with your eye.
Or your height or anything like that. Like where your eyes are actually seeing is different.
The problem here today is that water in a tube has laws attached to it, communicating vessels, hydrostatic equilibrium, and what he just drew denies those laws. But the problem was, it's like if you back up point to point from an end of a water level to another end of a water level, straight, you can make a straight line from point to point. He agreed to that, no curvature. The problem is when you start introducing more than one water level, that's when they get into the Donegal area, which is crazy. They get into where they just want to show optical stuff, and it's crazy.
See, the problem is I wanted him to draw that other one.
Which one?
Well, the other side, right?
The infinite?
Because that's what we've got, right? He would have had those 3 points with the center one, the one at one end and the one at the other end, but they just would go on further again for another 200 meters at the other end of those, right? That's just the shared section in the middle. At each end of that, there are 200 meters of the water level that they're connected to. Do you get that, right? So he would have had the 3 sections that we would have had. One would have been high, one would have been low. Because they would have been, yeah.
So you're saying at each point, like if you kept moving if you've got the 4 ends, vertical ends of the one water level, you wanted to see if he had moved from point A to point B to point C to point D. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he would have, if he'd have drawn those 2 water levels coming from the other side, then you would have seen a pattern that would have had to have occurred had their model been true with the water levels, right? He's got a drop at one end there, so that would be one end of the water level. And then you go the other way, the water level would drop at the other end. And then the bit in the middle would be the bit where it's just, that you would have had one high, one low at one end. The other end would be one high, one low. And then right in the middle, they'd both be the same. Right? I mean, that's what must happen if he's doing that. And then it's like, that's the test that we've just done. That's where the problem is.
Yeah,
it's a straight line. It's a straight line, but he's drawn exactly what the ballers need to happen. But that's what didn't happen. Why would he do that?
Happen. That's what I'm saying. He drew 2 columns of water different heights. Oh, that was the best ever. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, not to mention he's using a side view for the whole thing too.
Well, it doesn't even matter because
no, the side view's where it's at, like because we're dealing on the horizontal plane here, right? So the other view doesn't matter.
What happens if he? That's what I tried to get Brad to do. Like it was like a couple weeks ago. He drew like similar thing. You know how they do that same thing. And I was like, well, let's split the difference with another water level. Never drew it. Take a second water level and split the difference. They don't want to draw that. Maybe we can get him to.
They don't seem to understand that if you've got a horizontal plane established from the far ends of the water level, then that horizontal plane goes all the way across. That's where all of your points are on. You can't then take a water level from within that horizontal plane and remove it and make it slope in a different direction.
I would just can you hear me?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You're clacking in and out though. Bad mic. It's gone. Shines, you've gone. It's gone for everyone, all right?
Can you hear me now?
No, that's good.
Okay. So I would just like anyone to show me that when we're viewing something, and especially when they claim refraction and all this other stuff that they claim, that there is any type of curvature ever, even an angle, anything that it deviates from horizontal. And I've never seen anything deviate from horizontal ever. Have any of you? Because, I mean, if they could provide that, that would be amazing. And they might actually have an argument. Otherwise, it's all in their heads.
You mean an optical show? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, anything. Can we see anything where it is deviating from horizontal ever? Do we ever see the horizon deviate from horizontal? Is there ever an angle to it? Is there ever a curve to it? I mean, they're claiming all these things with refraction and light, and it bends and all these different things. So if it is bending, if there are all these things that they're saying are going on, you would see some kind of fluctuation in it, and you would see evidence of some kind of angle or curvature, and I've never seen any of it, ever. I only see horizontal. Period.
Well, I wouldn't just put it on that. I mean, like any evidence of anything, really, from the globe side. I mean, not just what they call evidence, but, yeah, water deviating from, like, horizontal, showing a slope, but we know how water flows, so...
Yeah, I'm not talking about water flow. I'm talking about, like, the horizon. Like, when we're looking at a horizon. And so when we're looking out over a distance, and we see that horizon, I've never seen it deviate from horizontal.
Mm-hmm. All horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon. Therefore, all horizontals are parallel with each other. I mean, it's basic shit. Real basic. But I don't think you're allowed to talk about it in certain circles. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm sorry, but I mean, this is going to be a conversation that can't be had anywhere. You'll probably associate my name with something that is basic and obvious to just about everyone. But within this particular group of people and this particular area that you're in, you're not going to be able to talk to anybody about this. I mean, I've been doing it for years. We've basically taught them the argument, but they haven't learned. It can't be talked about on their behalf. They just look stupid. Try it. Just try talking about it, trying to sort it out in your head. But, like, ask the ballers for their opinion. Don't try and tell them yours. Just ask them as though you were trying to clarify.
Yeah, I tried that, and I got that a horizontal is curved, and that I should research horizontal curvature, and there is a horizontal curve formula that looks like an ice cream cone, where it's an angle at the bottom, part of a triangle, and then the top of it is curved, and there's this whole formula for a horizontal curve.
Well,
their response.
There is a horizontal curve, right? Do you know what that is? It's a word trick that they're doing on you.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Do you know what a horizontal curve is?
No, I'd never seen it before. I was like,
if,
this looks like an ice cream cone. I don't know what this means.
If you're making a road and you're laying out roads and you want to make a curb at the side of the road, well, that would be classed as a horizontal curve, because you're sort of curving a line on the horizontal plane, right? It makes sense. You just put a center point out and make like the arc of a radius of a circle, and there you go. That's where we will put our curb at the edge of the road.
We had the same conversation 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah,
I remember.
Like all they do is they Google stuff. I mean, they've done it again. If you Google level curves, right, you come up with a mathematical formula. Now they go like, whoa, there's a mathematical formula for level curving. Well, it's not. It's a level curve is something in reality which is like known as a contour line on a map. That's like a horizontal slice through, but all of the set of coordinates for that curve that you're going to draw on the map have the same level. They are all on the same elevation. They're all on the same horizontal slice through the mountain.
Do you get what he's saying, Shines?
Yeah, I get what he's saying, and
okay,
I get it. I don't get the math behind it, of course. Like when they show me like
no, don't think math. Don't think numbers, right? This is pure geometry, right? Yeah, you can just picture it. If you can picture it and draw it out, that's the math we're talking about. Now they're thinking formulas prove stuff. Well, it doesn't. They're like, they've gone into their own, up their own arse, as I'd say, within the mathematical formula. They love it. It doesn't mean anything.
Just like you said earlier, Shines, it's just complication of it. That's all they're doing, and they're just making themselves. I guess sound smarter.
No, it's not even a complication. It's that, like, just like Bev said, I remember finding the same thing on my own, looking it up, and all it is like, let's say you had a table, you level all 4 legs, but on that horizontal plane that you've made level, you put a curve in the table.
Yeah, like you want round edges on the corners instead of angles.
Yeah.
curve that horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Fantastic.
But like, you can't come back to them with that because they've got it fixed in their head that there's some sort of mathematical thing that says that horizontals can curve.
Well, it's even funnier because it's like a circle, right? So people who will claim, there are some people that will say the Earth is a circle, right, but not a sphere. So that would be a curved horizontal. If it were a circle, that would be a curved horizontal, just like a curved table would be. Like it's horizontal, but it's a curve all the way around as a circle. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying like that would be a curved horizontal. Exactly.
You're getting into great circle territory.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is an example for curved horizontal.
Yeah, a circle is a two-dimensional shape, and if that two-dimensional shape is on a horizontal plane, then yeah, all of that is horizontal, right?
Yeah, it doesn't equate a sphere.
No.
It doesn't equate a globe.
No, you could just as easily have a square. Or a triangle or whatever. I mean, the triangle's the easier one to do, right? Because 3 points are coplanar. So if you were to say, okay, now I'm on an island somewhere and just see around me. And I look in that way and I put 1 point on the horizon and turn a bit and put another point on the horizon, turn all the way around and put another point on the horizon. That's 3 points. Well, those 3 points would be coplanar. Now, would you imagine that triangle that you've just made with a coplanar shape, a two-dimensional shape, would that be horizontal? Like all 3 points were on the horizon? I mean, what sort of orientation would you give that? It's definitely a two-dimensional shape because you've put 3 points, and that makes a triangle, which is a two-dimensional shape. 3 coplanar points, right? All of those 3 points lie on the same plane, and all of them were on the horizon, so horizontal plane, right? It's got to be. I mean, what else? There's no other way to describe it. Except you've got people that say they're slopes. Ridiculous.
Could you have imagined after doing that test today, you would have seen a drawing like that?
Well, I mean, it's too soon. There's, like you can't. I mean, how do you get better than that? On the same day as doing the test. I mean, how do they pull it back? Because you know what's going to happen now is you go into the next conversation and say, Sean G said, and they'll say, oh, we don't listen. I'm not Sean G. Like Sean G's.
Did I lose you?
No. It's like, what's Sean G? Are they going to take him on? Because we know we've dealt with all of the other surveyors. He's the only one left.
Yeah, he is the only one talking, isn't he?
And he's not a real surveyor. We've pretty much established that. I mean, who are the other surveyors? I mean, all of the professional ones, the guy from Maine that professes to be a real surveyor. I mean, where's he? Why can't he talk about this? It's only a water level. I mean, come on. The big K.
Oh, man.
Jesse Kozlowski. Where is he? I mean, he was the one that was doing all of this other stuff.
And he would have drawn that same picture, I would suppose, because he said drop from horizontal, right?
Yeah.
Measured. He would have drawn that same picture. So if that's the case, yeah, crazy.
It has to be. I think we could do an entire. I mean, I know we've done half an hour on Sean's picture, but I mean, I think we could do a proper video about that.
Yeah. Wait, you could pull in that picture and some that Brad's drawn.
I think he's got to we have to do a video other than this one, of course, but
yeah,
in order to draw it out, right, it has to show how this occurs. Maybe that's what they were getting Ruhif and Ranty out with the auto level for. They may be proving this. Curvature of the water level through an auto level. It's genius. I've never... Can you prove that the auto level curves by using a theodolite? I haven't had the fella call us back yet from the calibration place. But that'd be interesting to ask him. I mean, I think all of this opens everything up now. Now we've done the test, right? I've now actually got something that I can go and ask people about. I mean, I really want to talk to those people at that communicating vessels place.
Oh my God, dude! I've been dying to talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, B-Bog is in the house. Well, in the Tech's house.
Oh, right.
What?
Oh, yeah. You didn't think you'd get triggered on this? Oh, yeah. Mr. Auto Level. Without the rod.
The best practice is for minimizing errors during GNSS data collection. Well, we didn't really do that since this is just a practical, simple straight line test. I think that's it. The problem, right, is the simplicity of it. They can't see the simplicity to see the fundamentals at the beginning. You know, the first principles. They're not willing to go back to them because shoulders of giants and shit, right? They don't want to look at those giants.
Yep. It's
be too scared to dissect it, wouldn't they? See what they saw. Yeah, I get it.
In fact, I think they're too scared to look down and notice that they're not actually standing on shoulders of anyone.
It's like standing on a fantasy.
It's like the curve, isn't it? It's
standing
not
on shadows.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're shadows standing on shadows.
Looking at shadows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good meme. That's a good song in there, Buster. Do you not
reckon? Yeah, I think so.
That's you got you all over it. Them shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standing on the shadows of shadows.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. So we've got Sean G and B-Ball that have been set up as the new surveyors. Right?
Yeah.
And I think Ranty's going to join that group. When he gets his auto level, you will see the emergence of Sean G, B-Ball, and Ranty Surveyors. There'll be
1, 2, 3
in it. Yeah. You need 3, right? They always travel in 3s.
No more, no less.
But that means they've pushed Larry out.
Yeah, Larry's out.
Larry's gone.
Larry's like from 0 to 1 now.
Yeah. He's like inconsequential, right? Not needed. We could just ignore that. Or even from 1 to 2. I mean, he could be from 0 to 1, but I mean, at best,
and that's
he's
still
ever
not
been
as
is
important.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 3 is where it's at.
Yeah, that's
Did Jose
definitely where the slope is. I don't know.
Did Jose not go live?
I've not seen him.
No.
I'm still subscribed to him. That's right, Jose. I'm still subscribed. Even though you banned us from your Discord and your YouTube. Still subscribe. I still want the best for you.
I haven't looked at any of these messages. I got one from Doofus that said, keep in mind, it's totally pointless if you're not sighting from one end to the other 600 meters away. Oh, you missed that on Sean's poor attempt.
Oh, Unicorn, you unsubbed because he banned you for saying you were racist for talking about chihuahuas. Oh, see, Jose, that's the sort of thing that happens.
That was a triple chihuahua ban on that day. Wow.
Oh, can I copy what Sean posted?
Yeah.
And then oh God. Let's try that.
Has he gone over there crying, has he? Like,
No. Doofus is white knighting over there. Let's see if I can copy. How do I save the image? I'm trying to save. Oh, here we go. Let's see if that worked. Oh, I didn't do it. Oh, yeah, I did.
Tentacles.
See how that goes. But Sean G drew this for us. See if he agrees with it. Mr. Doofus. Over in Jose's.
You posted it in the live chat in here then?
Oh, it's over in what's his name? Jose's.
Yeah, I can't. I'm banned. I'm not.
All right. All right, hang on. I'll put what he sent to me. And save. All right. And that's what he sent to me. We'll see what he sends back after I send him Sean G's picture.
600 meters? Why 600?
I don't know. I mean, he's counting up your overlap. Isn't that 600 meters?
Well, yeah, over the entire distance of the test, but The water levels
they're
are
dark.
only 400 meters. I mean, if you want to add it on as a shared straight line segment, I mean, I'll have that. I mean, definitely. I mean, if you want to show that the center bit makes them the same straight line and treat it all as one.
Bang on.
Sounds good to me.
Let's see what he says.
This is the big slope. So would each 400 meter water level slope and the 600 meter slope at a different rate?
Anamorphic. Oh gosh, this is funny.
It was two 400 meter water levels, Shines.
And Doofus is typing at the same moment. I'm gonna post the mock-up again, just for good measure.
Anamorphic, isn't that Crit? Isn't that
That's
the
Crit's
guy?
pic.
That's the guy that Crit's pretending to be.
Yeah,
in
that's
his
the picture
profile
Crit uses
picture.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dog.
Yeah. It might be Crit then.
You
Yeah,
think?
probably. Who knows?
That's the same dude that Crit uses.
Well, they say that's Crit. Actually, Crit. Who was saying that before?
Yeah, me, but that's Anamorphic Mind is using the same picture Crit's using.
Yeah. Well, he does that all the time. He uses my name, his picture.
Oh, so he's a, what do you call that? What's the animal, the reptile that can, chameleon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we exposed Crit at the beginning. That's why he got pissed off with us, because we saw him for who he is.
Check that out. Check that out. Shit. Yeah, Shines. It should be measurable. They can't make they got a disconnect. They can't connect the problems with what Sean G, one of their guys, drew, as opposed to what you just did.
Yeah, see, there you go. We've got this one that's been confirmed. These are the numbers that have been given to them, right? We've had it confirmed multiple times.
That's their boy Ruhiv.
They're the drop numbers.
Yep.
But then you start to think about paradoxes, because it's got to drop from both ends. It can't just drop from one end, because that would be a slope. The simple logic is what's here. How much do you trust yourself? Or how much do you say, it has to be? It just has to.
Yep. When do you realize you've been fooled?
I reposted that. He reposted the same comment. You want to make a statement without actually making a statement, which is weird. Which is what they do all the freaking time.
You make a statement, level is horizontal, and I can prove it. I mean, like, that's not making a claim or anything. Like, the normal response would be, well, let's see your proof then. But they know we can supply it, so they never ask for it.
See, that's what's crazy is like you guys did it on a large scale. I've done it on a small scale, but for me it was enough. You guys went extra 5 miles to do it way past what I did it. It's crazy. These guys are it's toying with them at this point. They're just see. If Bev has an auto level so he can look at drop 600 meters away. Oh man, they're proper talking about it over there.
Drop, right? I mean that's fine if they want to talk about the drop, right? That wasn't our test.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if that's what they want to do, right? I can start going through surveyors. We'll start asking surveyors. A drop of the water level, right?
Oh.
I can definitely do it. I mean, if that's where they want to go, I mean, I can go there now. I've got backing of the stuff that we've done.
Yeah. It was just like clandestine. I don't know, like being at that house by the river, that guy, the surveyor, doing his job, benchmarking from I think it was over a mile away. Yeah, these guys they're screwed.
Okay, so real quick, and maybe this might sound ridiculous, but Sean G, when he sent this message, and he is basically saying that you only did this with the naked eye. You only looked at it with eye level. That in order to verify a straight line, you needed to use an auto level and not just your eyes in reality. So with that said, I am wondering, like, when does, and maybe this is an odd question, maybe this has been asked before, maybe it's a stupid question, I don't know, but I want to ask it. When does perspective set in? So if I'm standing somewhere and I'm looking at something and my eyes are where they are in reality, they're at a certain level, and then my line of sight is pointing to something, at what distance does that start to begin to drop and it actually is no longer horizontal because it is going down with the reference frame of us looking at something, right? So if I'm looking at something and they're all shrinking and it's going downwards, like, does that change? Because I've noticed a lot of Globers like to say this is where the eye level is, and then they'll put the eye level in the clouds as if that's where eye level is. Yeah. Because that's not like, yeah, that might be where my eyes are standing, but what my eyes are seeing is something completely different from where my eyes are actually at. And I think they don't understand that. Does that make sense?
That's a couple of different things there.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know if that came across clear, but hopefully it.
You have to make the connection with a water level is independent of like your eyesight. You don't look down one. You use it as a tool based on a principle that's within physics of hydrostatic equilibrium, that it's going to be an even altitude, a horizontal. So you use either end to make that horizontal. You don't set up a water level and look down it. I've used one multiple times and I've never ever used it like that.
It's why it's the most accurate also, and you don't have to have line of sight, which is one of the keys.
Yeah.
All right, Dave says 35.
That's the whole point of it.
Okay, so wait. So you're saying in auto level you wouldn't need line of sight. So was his message clear?
No, auto level you do need line of sight.
you do need line of sight.
Water level you don't.
Okay, thank you. Okay, because I was like, wait a minute, that confused me for a second. Gotcha. Yeah, because
Also,
the water level, but then that's where they will come in and say, well, the water level is actually curving to the curvature of the earth, and so then that's why we don't have a straight line. So then therefore we need an auto. You get what I mean? Like, do you get the mindset?
And then they'll say the light is following the curve also, but you got to use the auto level to create a horizontal. That's stupid.
It's wild. Like like they don't understand the paradox that they're placing themselves in.
Exactly. That's why I asked
Wild.
Sean when he was in here. That's why I asked him if from point A to B he would agree to a straight line, zero curvature. And he said yes. So a water level has point A to point B, which is a straight line. And then he drew a picture with it sloping.
With the land being level and horizontal. It's the same thing that happened to me in another chat this morning where I backed them into a corner. I was like, level and horizontal are the same thing. One person agreed. They were like, yes, they are the same thing. I was like, thank you. So then are you saying that I know that you think level is curved, so are you saying horizontal is now curved? That's weird that you would agree with this. And then another person chimed in and said, no, horizontal is actually curved. Look up horizontal curve. Like they can't. I feel like they just get backed into corners and then they just make stuff up. And they have to use anything they can to like grasp at illegal straws. It just doesn't make any sense. It's level. It's horizontal. And eye level doesn't mean line of sight. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man, they're on it on Jose's. Oh my gosh, man, they're like, I've never been tagged this many times ever.
Yeah, you're their way in, aren't you? Have you not noticed on the last couple of videos or the last couple of times? I think it was Gary, was it, yesterday, that said, Buster, oh, you should stick to writing songs. Like, it's like, we can't have you with a fucking shitter argument as well as the songs. The lyrics.
They don't realize I have enough of an understanding to write a song about it. I mean, come on. I mean, give me at least a little bit of credit. Doofus says, I mean, if you want to just giggle to yourself while holding a position that all employed surveyors disagree with, that's fine. Meanwhile, whatever you think the joke is will be lost on everyone else. So go ahead, explain what the problem is. I'm not explaining shit.
No. But, I mean, like, all surveyors say what? The water slopes. Really? I'm not so sure they know what they're saying.
Fantastic. The guy that I just was working beside the other day, he was trying to get a horizontal to the point of the house so he knew exactly where the water level would rise to. Yeah, I'm not so sure that they would agree with him, but okay. And then Anamorphic Mind reposted those stupid ordnance survey thing from, I guess it was Twitter. I don't know. And then Brad the Science Guys says, good numbers. These mean nothing if you don't establish a horizontal survey. Oh man, they're all.
You've got to do a horizontal surface first before you put the water level on the horizontal surface.
I don't even know.
Buster, I have a question for you. Because I've never set up a water level. I haven't done it, but I understand the concepts behind it. I think you showed a picture the other day of a level on top of something that you'd level. Was it like for a deck or something like that?
Yeah, it was like they say lanai, which is like a patio cover. Does that register?
Yeah.
Like a patio, and they wanted a roof over it.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
So okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead. Well, yeah, I was just trying to see if there's an example that you could give, like actually using it where the thing that you're using to build the water level from actually came out horizontally level.
Yeah.
And did not slope from left to right or right to left.
Yeah. So the story goes, I've told this a few times. I hope I don't bore anybody else, but it was, we did the Pythagorean, 3, 4, 5 to set our posts. We had to square 4 posts off and get as far as the squaring the posts out. We did string line 3, 4, 5, squared everything. We set the posts, we plumbed them, and then once we got the post plumb, I used this water level. Oh, hang on, sorry.
It's a fancy one. Buster's got the best water level out of everybody, I must admit. He's the most high tech. He went for the ultra techy one.
I bought it and it was worth it the first time I ever used it. Sorry. Here you go. I used this. It's coming up. Bam. There it is. Okay. So, see the white jug?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So I set the white jug on top of the post. Like we'd already got our posts plumbed, squared. Everything was good with the post. I set that. Who's posting? Oh, okay. That's fine. So I set
I'm so sorry.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I set that white jug on a post, and then the other one that has the measuring stick, I put it up against where I set the jug on the post. I put that other side of the water level with the measuring rod up against the post, and I zeroed it. If you see there's like a silver knob in the middle of the measuring. That's where you can move it. Okay, so you can zero that out. So what I did was I zeroed that out with where the water level matches up with the reservoir. And then where I wanted my mark, I looked down and say it was like 4 inches down, right? Off that measuring tape. Does that make sense?
Sort of.
So if that reservoir was sitting on top of that post,
yep,
I put that the measuring rod up against it, and then I zeroed it out with the water level, and then I went down as far as the measuring tape to see where I wanted to cut the post off at. Let's say, it could be anything like 5, 8 inches down. I made that mark on that post. Well, when I went to the other post, the second post, I got it to where, like, if I moved that up and down, I made sure that water level hit that 0 point.
Okay.
It took me a second to see it, but now I didn't see the red line on the side of it because I was like, wait, what's going on? But now I see where the tubing is, and it is horizontal level. Yeah,
right.
I see it now.
It's horizontal, but if you zero that out, you know where you want your mark at. It could have been 5 inches or 6 inches. I said, okay, I'm going to cut it at whatever, 5 inches down from that 0 point. So when I went to the second post, I made sure that if you move it up or down to equalize, like where the water level is back at that 0 point. You got it?
Yeah.
Then I go down the same distance, 5 inches, make my mark. Then I go to the third post, and I move it vertically up or down to get zeroed out. I go to that same 5 inches, mark that third post, and then the fourth post. You can do as many posts as you want. When you cut them all off, and you go to lay your cross members, like say they're ceiling joists, or if it's a deck, you could cut your floor joists. Once you go to lay those out on those what's the right word I'm looking for? The posts that are in the ground. it's all going to be horizontal. It's going to be perfect. Like, matter of fact, when we did it, I was with my dad, and he's totally not a flat earther or anything like that. He didn't believe me that this thing was going to work. Like, he was wanting to hold the board up, put a spirit level on the board, get it level, then mark it, then cut the post, then put the board back up. But we used this water level, save hours worth of work. You know, what I just went through, you know, as far as marking the post. Once we put the posts up, I'll show you what we did. It's going to take me a minute to get there. But once we marked all the posts and then put the cross member up, as far as it was like 16 foot, it was as far as we could go, the longest board we could find for that awning. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to scroll through this. I'm sorry. Here we go. Okay. I'm really close. Okay. So that was the cross member that we put up for the ceiling joist from the post to post that we marked the water level with. And I did that just to show my dad how perfect it was.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And the
you should have just
use as well, though, right? Over that distance.
Sorry?
It's the ease of use, isn't it? It's
it
takes a bit for you to get to understand it, but you can be absolutely certain that that water level will give you that every time.
It was perfect. Like, before, me and him would have held that 16-foot 2x10 up. We would have held it there, put screws in it, tried to get it level with the spirit level, made the mark on the post, took it back down, cut the post, put the cross member back up. But the water level, I set the reservoir on one post, marked 4 posts with the water level. We cut them, put the cross members up, saved hours and intensive labor. It was perfect. But that was my proof.
Yeah, that's all some people need, right?
Yeah, that was it. And I asked my dad, I was like, after I showed him and he didn't believe it, I said, how far do you think I could stretch that hose out? After he watched us, he did it. It was hands on. And he looked at me and said, I don't want to think about it. And I was like, I said, fair enough. Fine. I get it.
That's what my dad does as well.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I get it. It's okay. But like, that was enough for me. I used the tool, and I've used it multiple times since then for similar setups, you know, and it's like, it's perfect. Like, I've even had concrete guys walk up and go, oh yeah, it's perfect. It's better than laser level.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a practical tool. It can't be beat, and it's cheap as. It just doesn't do digital.
Unless you go with the Weiler.
Yeah.
Those things gotta be thousands of dollars. If you can get your hands on some of those, game over.
Yeah, we just need a nice benefactor, don't we? To, you know, just give us 8 of those cups, and then we'll be done. We can extend that 8 of those cups, and I'll do 800 meters and share a 400 meter segment with somebody else.
I hope, Sugar Cookie, did that make sense? I hope it did. I hope I didn't butcher it.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I'll just have to run it through my head a couple more times, maybe look it up some more on how it is like in motion rather than just trying to think of it in my head. But I think I get the gist of it. Yeah.
I'll tell you what the best thing to do is like go to your local like Home Depot or Lowe's and just go buy you can literally buy a 20-foot hose for probably $5 or $10.
Yeah.
And just mess with it. I mean, literally, like you can go and they've got a section where they've got those clear hoses and you could just look at it yourself. You know, that's the best thing to do. I was the same boat you were. I went and bought one. And that tool that I have, I don't even think they sell them anymore.
No,
but
that was the last one of that series. That was the one that
Yeah.
God's called him, didn't he?
Yeah.
God's called the fella from that place.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's best if you get a tube and just mess with it yourself. The penny didn't drop for me until I was hands on with it.
Yeah,
Right
it is.
on.
You've got to experience true
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
Experience true level.
True level, bitch.
You'll be able to go back.
My dad did, and he was like not having it, so it's cool. But it was funny because that whole project, we built that lanai, that patio covering, and like at the end of it, he even said that's the squarest thing I've ever built because we used Pythagorean 3-4-5 to square the post, use the water level, like plumb the post, use the water level to cut the tops, and like at the end of it, he was like, "I've never built anything that square." Brad put that would be 28.25 millimeters. What is that? Over 600 meters? What's a quarter of a millimeter?
Yeah.
Could you expound upon that? 1.1 inches, maybe not. Oh my God. I have gotten a personal, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got my own personal messages. 6 in a row. That's crazy.
Well, while there's a break in the conversation, if you guys can help me try to understand Chaiki or Chaik, however he says his name, when he says the observer's eye level is at 1,200 feet.
Yeah, there's nothing to understand. It's just absurdity.
Yeah, don't contemplate it. I mean, it's
so
ridiculous.
I'm trying to contemplate that he is wrong, correct? Like, yes,
absolutely. Yeah.
Like, it's not in the clouds. Your head is in the clouds. Your eyes are not in the clouds. That's not where your eye level is. Because I had this conversation with him so many times, and he literally was like flabbergasted. And he would bring me up all they're saying eye level isn't where eye level is, and blah blah blah. I'm like, because it's not. I was the first person to bring this up to him. Like, nobody else, I guess, mentioned it to him. I'm like, your eyes are not in the clouds.
Oh,
that's ridiculous.
What he's has made a video about that.
Then that's fantastic because he acted like I was the first person to say it. Yeah. He's like, that is so stupid. How could you ever say that? Nobody's ever even said that before, even on the flat earth side. That's ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, the eye level is in the clouds. And that blew me away. And then he kind of disappeared, so I didn't know what happened to him. But yeah, okay, so it is not in the clouds. I just wanted to make sure other people agree with me. Because
there are so many people that have this misunderstanding of what eye level is. Because you're looking out with your eyes. I mean, of course, level will be in there at some point. But, I mean, unless you've got a tool to measure the level, you can't tell that with your eyes because your field of view is massive. So, I'm guessing if you can imagine that triangles have more than 180 degrees and that water slopes away from you, you can imagine that eye level is just about anywhere in your field of view, if you want to.
Yeah, it depends on which way your eyeballs are looking.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, if people think level can be wherever, then just put it wherever. I mean, if it's in your eyes and you've got a really bad misunderstanding of what level is.
Well, yeah, then you
Eyeballs
can
are
also
pointing
claim
up.
that, things around a curve are bending and bulging and sloping upwards and creating some kind of curve that we never witness ever. Yeah, I guess they can do whatever they want. True.
It's hard to untwist your brain from the bullshit, and I'm starting to figure that out myself. But once you start going down the path of just trying to figure out what it is that they're even trying to tell
But the
you,
funniest
it's
bit,
like
no,
what
because the
once you start
funniest
going
bit,
down that, it's like what? Okay, you're off in La La Land. Now you're playing with them in La La Land and their
yeah,
imaginary.
but that's the funniest bit is when you can understand their La La Land. So I get it. He's on a mountain. Observer's eye level is 12,000 feet. Like, I get where he's coming from. It's just wrong. So when you can actually understand what they're saying and how wrong they are, that makes it even funnier to me. Like, some people are like, oh, don't even try to understand it. Don't, a lot of the time, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes, like, I'm not even going to go down that road. It's exhausting. But when you do, when it's like over and over again, the same argument, and you come to grips with what they're saying, it makes it even that much more funny. Like, how can you not understand how reality works? You're literally claiming the opposite of reality. Not even the opposite. It's not even an opposite. It's like a different realm of.
Yeah, it's a bunch of it's a bunch of little rabbit holes that lead to absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, and Jake's one of these, like, there's certain people that people take authority from. I mean, they're wrongly or whatever, like Jesse Kozlowski and that guy from Maine and all of that. Then you have these other groups of people that, well, they sort of like to think they're on those sort of lines, and they just say stuff that nobody really takes on. And then there's another group of people like Chaiki and Ed Freeze that just say shite. Like, nobody defends their arguments. You'll never get them to explain anything. You'll never get anybody else to explain their stuff that they're talking about. Because it just doesn't make any sense. It's just rubbish. And it is literally just there to distract you from any one of the other questions that you could be asking people.
Well, and that's when the psychology comes into it. Like, do these people realize what they're doing on a subconscious level? Do they understand how wrong they are? Like, how can they
Professionals.
not come with reality? Like, what'd you say?
They are professionals.
So that's what I sometimes wonder. Like, what is this? Are these people that come on here, like, can they really legitimate? Because I've met a few that, like, will actually have conversations and have actually changed a few minds, like, through chat and conversation or whatever. And they're like, actually, I get your point on that. That's a great point. I should look into that further. But then there's other people where it's like, they are so hard and strung out and, like, spastic about it. Like, they just can't. Like, they get so excited, won't let you get a word in. Like, I'm right, you're wrong. And they're not even willing to listen to the other side. It's fascinating. Yeah, it's just silly. The eye level on the clouds one really, really cracked me up for like months. I mean, and he just wouldn't leave it alone. He would come in and post it every morning, and I'm like, your head is in the clouds. Like, eye level is not in the clouds, dude. What is happening?
Just ask him if stuff gets smaller in the distance.
Oh, forget about perspective.
Yeah, and then ask him what the distance is from the observer to the tower, and then the tower to the mountains. They don't like talking about those points.
Yeah, they don't like talking about perspective unless it has something to do with their argument. Then they will claim perspective. Then they're like, it's perspective. End of story. It's hilarious.
I put, so does the water level from point A to B create a straight line with zero curvature. And Doofus puts, a line is defined by 2 points.
Oh.
So why would you expect?
He just said line, though.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you expect a line you create between 2 points to have curvature? I didn't ask that. Then why would you introduce more points, do you assume that you no longer need to check if those additional points are collinear? The water level works because of hydrostatic equilibrium. Agreed. Water will stabilize such that the surface is the same gravitational potential. The gravitational potential vector field is in the question, which it is in your. Oh, he changed it. In your case, wouldn't it be prudent to check? I don't even know what he's asking. I'm sorry. I'll repost it so you guys can check that. That's a load of wiffle waffle.
Well, it's weird, isn't it, that Doofus Manfred came around at the same time Jeff, the guy from Maine, disappeared. But he's not the same guy, right?
Oh, no way. No way.
He's always the first on it anytime anybody mentions anything to do with surveying or straight lines or level or anything. He's the guy.
Just read that. Let's see.
Water will stabilize such that the surface is in the same gravitational potential.
Yeah, he just starts introducing some bullshit at the end, doesn't he?
Gravitational potential vector field is in question. Wouldn't it be prudent to check? Right, so that we need to check the gravitational potential vector field.
How do I force the model onto this? Must do it.
Where do you find that? The gravitational potential vector field at the side of the canal? I've never noticed that.
Ask Blue. He knows all about that.
That'll be the slope then.
Double slope either end. Yeah. Blue is an expert on that. That's your man. Now, if you're looking for a drop, well, you might want to speak to Kosho or Dr. Zanuck.
Well, Walter Bislin modelled the hump for Jesse. I bet he was a bit shocked when he saw that. It's like, but
There's my hump.
Drops. I said,
what's going on here? Do we have a paradox? Hey, there's a song, Buster. Paradox.
I'm still thinking about the shadows on shadows shoulders.
Shadows on.
Well, looking at shadows, yeah, that's a good one.
It's gonna be on my mind for a day or two.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out how to get a meme together of that, like shadows on shadows. How do we even?
I don't know. There's been a long-standing thing about the marionette, but no.
Marionette, huh? That reminds me of something, but it's only one shadow.
Yeah.
The Chinese and the Greeks have a thing where they have like puppeteers and back. Yeah.
Go on.
That might be exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like a puppet making a shadow kind of a thing.
Exactly.
And being directed by a human. Yeah.
But the problem is that we're dealing with the shadows. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, it's a marionette using a marionette to make a shadow of something that then is casting shadows again that somebody's standing on. Like, that's how far away they are.
Yeah, these people are not even good shadows we're dealing with. It's amazing to watch. Like, if you go watch one of those, I've seen those, like what you're talking about, the Asian, where they get behind and cast the shadows. It's amazing to watch. But I think the people we're dealing with aren't even that good at it. They're not even good at being shadows. Like the people casting
they put on a whole show.
What are y'all doing?
Spectacle. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like, they've been surviving for 5 years doing this shit, right? So they've been getting away with it. We just, I don't know. We can just see it now, right? Like, the gift of logic has given us the ability to see this as for fucking bullshit, but it's obviously been going on for quite a while. And they've been getting away with it for so long that I don't know. They just think they can do it.
That's what's crazy about Sean coming in tonight. I thought, that's weird.
Well, he came in to explain something to me, but thanks to Rakia, he scared him away.
No, he was gone. Like he had his.
He was looking for a way out. He was looking for a way out.
He just showed him the door. He was done.
In the same breath, he says, "I'm not talking to Rakia." He left the server. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd already found the button.
He was on the way out to punch his card, but he just used Rakia as an excuse. If you enjoyed the content, please support On the Level and future projects. Membership subscriptions available now, or come and get involved at Next Level Discord server. Thank you.